With pick number 8, Richmond selected Sam Grlj, the 182cm midfielder / defender from Oakleigh Chargers. Sam, we welcome you to the Richmond Football Club, mate. Very exciting to have you on board. This kid's going to light up the MCG for many years to come with his blistering speed. As a collective supporter base, the one thing that we've been screaming out for let's call it 24 months, maybe even more, is pace on the ground, pace in the midfield, pace anywhere around the ground, and this kid has it in absolute spades. Plays at a high octane level pretty much the whole time and catches opposition off guard because of it, and I think that's why it's such an attractive prospect. He averaged 20.3 disposals and 5 tackles, 3.9 clearances at the Coates Talent League this year, and averaged 17 touches for Vic Metro. This year was a bit of a step up to the midfield for Sam Grlj. So last year he was playing a lot at half-back, but his step up to the midfield mix actually saw his output increase from 13.8 disposals to the 20.3. So his ability to get his hands on the ball more greatly increased as he got around the footy more. He's a high impact per possession type player, which again is another really appealing aspect for any club really wanting players like that. Of course, Sam Grlj was a player in our VFL side. He played for us in rounds 19 and round 20, and he stood out at the top level. I actually stand by, and I actually kind of think Rygeshan mentioned as much without saying it in the exact words, but I really did think that Sam Grlj handled himself at our VFL team extraordinarily well, and he looked more at home there than maybe what he did at the champs. I think by even his own admission and even Rygeshan's admission, he had a bit of an underwhelming champ, not as well as he would have liked. But then to get him into the VFL program and him to play as well as he did, be as confident as he was, backed himself with his speed. He had 18 disposals and 5 tackles in round 19, 15 disposals and 3 tackles in round 20. But it's not even about the numbers. It was about his work rate, his repeated efforts, closing down opponents. Like, players thought they had time with the ball until Sam Grlj's charging at him from 5 deep to close him down and force him to make a decision. An absolute work rate animal. And Jake Batchelor spoke extraordinarily highly of him. And I think that his teammates all loved playing with him as well at VFL level. So he left a really, really strong impression on the Richmond Football Club just from that stint alone. So it's no wonder that the club was very much drawn to him. Sam's attributes are really clear. When you watch him play, he always plays to his strengths, which is a terrific mix of speed and agility and endurance, is what Rygeshan has said. And Rygeshan also said the fans will love his ability to use these attributes to take the game forward and break lines. And that's what we are needing and what we're desperate for. Someone to take the game on willingly and frequently to break the game open and break the lines. I mean, you look at last year, for example, which is maybe a little bit because of circumstance, but a lot of chip and down the line and things like that. You know, you see Grlj's highlights. He doesn't stand for that. He's, let's get this ball moving now. Let's get it moving quickly. And that's why he leaves opponents eating his dust behind him, because he just puts the afterburners on and just goes. At the Combine, showcased his unbelievable athletic prowess. He got a 2.92 seconds for the 20-meter sprint, and he he came in with a 5-minute 55 2K time trial. That is an elite mix of speed and endurance. You don't see that too often. Apparently, that blend has only happened a couple of times, once in the last 3 years. So if we have a look at his draft profile, you can see with the athletic part, speed ranked elite, the ceiling for him is ranked elite, agility above average, endurance above average, strengths, competitiveness, dare, evasiveness, line breaking, running power, and speed. And running power is a good one too. It's one thing to be fast, but to be able to power away from stoppages in different circumstances is really good as well. And he works hard both ways. Loves the tackle, is an absolute ferocious animal, gets in the face of players. Like, he's actually really got that inner mongrel as well, which I think his teammates will love and supporters will love even more. Leadership traits is another thing you'll often hear people talk about when talking about players that Richmond look to recruit. He was voted as captain of the Vic Metro under-18 side this year, and he also captained his school at Camberwell Grammar, which obviously speaks volumes to his character. Named at halfback in the Coates League Team of the Year, came second in the Chargers' Best and Fairest, and clinched the club's midfield award. So he's doing it all across all lines. Main weapon's the running power, and like I said before, operates at full throttle, million mile an hour, and maybe just needs to add a bit more of the balance to his game, slowing down at times, but that will come with being in an AFL environment. But I think, importantly for us, to have someone who can take the game on is of the utmost importance. I hope he doesn't lose too much of that flair by asking him to slow down being in an AFL environment. Just let him go. Let him off the leash and let him run. Generating forward momentum in an instant is exactly what we are hoping that he brings. And it's the competitive streak as well. So he's kind of got a nice bundled package of everything all rolled into one. As to where he fits for the Richmond side, I guess there's maybe some argument that he could start somewhere off halfback. He's obviously very familiar with that spot. His speed could complement Sam Banks quite nicely. It would sort of, once he develops into that role, it would give opposition a bit of a headache on who to look after. I mean, and when you look at the other top sides, they've usually got two dominant halfback flankers, but Grlj seems to be a bit more than that. There's going to be an obvious evolution into the wing or a midfield role, pushing up the ground more, which may not happen for a year or two. There's got to be that development and growth like what we've seen with the crop from last year. But he is someone who could impact the side straight away because of his speed. And what's interesting with the selection is if you look back in the last couple of weeks with the club training videos and what Adam Uze's messaging to the players is about training and playing at breakneck speed, because that's how we want to kind of play, and so it makes game day easier. It just feeds into that. This player type that Sam Grlj is feeds into that sort of that motive of what we want to play like in 2026, which is exciting. It's a clear directional shift. It's sort of a clear path of what the new age Richmond will look like coming through with all these youngsters, and Sam Grlj is going to fit in extraordinarily well. It's good to have him on board. It was wonderful for him to jump on for a chat the other night as well. A massive thank you again to the club. Great character, had a bit of a banter about his nickname, with EJ going with the George Foreman nickname, and Sam Grlj putting him in his place, saying that he's not old enough to remember that fully. So that was a good little gag there. But love having him on board. Can't wait to see him out there. He will be a genuine smoky for round one, I reckon. I know it's a long way away and there's plenty of things to play out, but he's going to cause some serious headaches for other teams, and that's a good thing for us. And Sam Grlj, welcome to Richmond Footy Club, mate. We can't wait to see you out there in the yellow and black in 2026 and beyond.